What's going on, everybody? I know you've probably been wondering where I'm at. It's been a while, getting used to the States once again. Just came back from Ireland as is. Watched the Pittsburgh Steelers get a big-time dub. Got to meet the real Big Ben while I was there. Hopefully he knows about the show. If he could watch this, that'd be awesome. But while I'm still here, even though Guinness is great in Ireland, Coors Banquet, you still have my heart. So cheers to that. And we got Pro here. Cheers, brother. How we feeling?
It's been good, man. What's good, y'all, bro? It's Pro at Proden on Instagram, man. You know what it is. And yeah, bro, Ireland, man.
Man,
how far was your flight?
Well, coming from, we flew into Philadelphia, and I mean that was the first time I ever flew in first class in my life. I don't take that for granted because being able to sleep on those flights, that was the only time I was able to sleep. Now, granted, it was only 3 hours, still something, but sometimes if I'm only going to get 3 hours of sleep, sometimes I'm like, maybe it's just better to get no sleep at all. But again, getting to lounge the seat back, whereas I went to Germany 2 years ago and I had to sleep on a Delta flight and probably had five. What do you call those cricks? Is that what that is?
I think that's what it is.
I don't know, but whatever it is in your neck, it doesn't feel good and you're not sleeping. But I mean, Guinness is great there. It's great in Ireland. Terrible in the United States. Great factory. If you ever want to go to Dublin, do it while you can. Plenty sightseeing. I don't know if I sent you any pictures.
You did.
Did I? Okay.
You sent the one with Chris Jericho.
I did send that. Yes. Y2J, how we doing?
Just a random person.
And I asked him if he's going to come into the WWE, and he just smiled and said, "We'll see." So a lot to figure out there. But that'll be talked about later on. But and whether we want him to come out to Judas or Walls of Jericho, I personally want Judas, just because I love that song. But
I mean, that is a really good song.
But Walls of Jericho's OG.
I just, he's getting older, man, so I don't know how he's going to be moving.
He looked great. I'm being honest. He looked in phenomenal shape. I've obviously said some things about how he looked in the past. I had to delete those tweets before he knew who I was. So, yeah, I guess I'm a little bit of a coward. That was a really fun game. And I'll tell you, the crowd there in Ireland, amazing. Even when it was the Vikings fans were going crazy when they're down 24-6. While the stadium's playing Zombie by the Cranberries and the whole crowd is singing, it's whereas in the United States, if your team is losing, all right, who the fuck am I going to fight? That's how it is. Really.
Yeah.
I mean,
there's always something going on at an NFL stadium. But alcohol mix. It's that alcohol mix with the fans who are so diehard about a team that they can never be on, That's usually the fans that are the ones that are not athletic whatsoever, are the diehard ones.
Philadelphia Eagles fans.
He kind of got you with that one. Cause y'all, I feel like Kansas City, Philly, sometimes Cowboys, but I can't hate on the Cowboys because.
Yeah, you can.
No, I can't.
But go ahead.
Yeah. No, but I think really. If we're talking about teams here, the Steelers, I mean, the direction y'all are heading in. Let me ask you, as a Steelers fan, what do you think your pros and your cons are of your team right now going into the middle of the season?
Well, I do think right now the defense is playing better. I mean, they looked like Swiss cheese the first 2 weeks. And especially against the run, I don't recognize the Steelers' run defense that hasn't played as well as they did the first 2 weeks. But now, I mean, they've been playing better. And, with Alex Highsmith being out for the last 2 games, Nick Herbig has stepped up huge. And I think he should be a starter even when Highsmith's ready. But when you have 3 great pass rushers, it's a great thing to have. And the offense is very inconsistent at best. A lot of people thought we should have lost to the Patriots. But in reality, if you turn the football over 5 times a game, you can't say you should have won the game. And Ramondre Stevenson, brother, thank you. I appreciate you. And especially because, my boys didn't get to beat the Patriots a lot growing up. So I enjoyed that a lot, even though. Yeah. But in the offense, Rodgers, I don't think he's the problem right now, personally. I mean, I think if any, and I thought, in that game specifically, Kenneth Gainwell stepped up huge.
Yeah.
And
Big step up.
and I think when Jalen Warren comes back, like now with Darnell Washington, because what Arthur Smith, and nobody gave him credit, because going against Brian Flores is not easy to do. Brian Flores is a great defensive coordinator.
Great defensive coordinator.
And Arthur Smith, he's gotten a lot of flack, but he's just well known for his not so great coaching career in Atlanta. But the reason he got the job is because he's a great play caller, and he's doing that right now in Pittsburgh. He brought Darnell Washington in, who's a big son of a bitch. 6'8", probably like could be our left tackle, really, but he's like a tight end. And they're like, hey, let's put him in as our sixth offensive lineman and just run the ball. And man, that helped out. Now I'm like, all right, now we have an identity, which I feel like our offense hasn't had in the last 4 or 5 years since whenever Ben stopped playing, and even like in the later years, like really since Big Ben and AB and Le'Veon Bell, we have not had an offensive identity, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because we could run the ball, and if the run game wasn't working, just throw it up to AB or whoever else we had. I mean, I'm blanking on some guys right now, but you know,
you had a lot of talent.
We did
in the Steelers franchise. Martavius Bryant, I think that's his name.
Waste of talent, though, man.
Plaxico
shot himself in the foot.
He did.
Love that guy, though, man.
Harrison, y'all had a bunch of guys. Y'all had a really good team.
The thing is, we never like can get like a good offense and a good defense in the same year. It seems, at least in my years of watching, like probably like, you know, when they had Franco and Terry Bradshaw, and then that steel curtain back in the day when you were allowed to actually hit on defense, but. You know,
yeah, that's a different topic right there.
But
as a Steelers fan, did you ever actually want to get rid of Mike Tomlin?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, because, and I'm gonna get shit on for this. Like, I think Mike Tomlin is a great coach. Like, I think he like, if we fired him, I feel like he'd do what Andy Reid would do if he went somewhere else.
Sure.
You know,
Sure.
Like. Because, like, maybe his time in Pittsburgh is just running out. Like, it's been almost 20 years, but, you know, like, his clock management has never been great. The defense, like, I mean, punting, like, his in-game decisions, like, I feel like he's way too conservative for today's age in football. Like, punting on 4th and 1 when you're down 10 or 7 in the fourth quarter against Seattle. I can't remember how much it was. You know. And Seattle's got a really good football team right now too. So you want to try to go and beat them. I mean, but yeah. I mean, if like I'm not stupid. I know if we fired him, he'd get a head coaching job right away. I mean, I'd be shocked if he didn't. Sure. But you know, we're 3-1 right now. We might be the worst 3-1 football team, but the 3-1 is 3-1 at the end of the day. So. That is what that is. And, you know, the AFC North is absolutely terrible. So I can take that right now, you know. But,
teams.
And, you know, I think of this right now, a former Cincinnati Bengal, as much as I don't like the Bengals, Rudy Johnson, who was Thomas Dale graduate, I believe, from Richmond, Virginia, where we are from. Yeah.
Right here.
And unfortunately passed away. And, you know, I think of how impactful he was in this community here. And, you know, I didn't know you personally, but I just wanted to pay my quick respects to you, brother. It's all love from here, man. And, you know, during this time, it's like, you know, because obviously he took his own life, sadly. And even if you're a pro athlete and you feel like your voice is not heard out there, like if you just reach out to somebody, bro, like it makes a difference, you know? And I mean, because I mean, it's never the answer. Like taking your own life never is, but yeah, man, just rest in peace, brother. And you done good for this community. That being said, I think of running backs right now, and we were talking Seattle. Sean Alexander, former NFL MVP, bro. Definitely does not have a pullout game from what I've seen.
And man, I mean, you think about it, man. Like what is it for people to like? And I mean, I get the joy of like having kids and stuff like that, but it's like, man, 14 though.
But you got to think like
insane.
You got to think like her vagina is probably like a like she just farts and it
doesn't
comes
feel
out
it at all. No
It's like,
way she feels it.
oh shit, my
Straight
baby's
through.
covered in shit.
Like a conveyor belt, just straight through. Oh my goodness! But
I mean, that sounds like I'm slut shit. That's not my intent, for the record. Like, y'all want to have I don't know. I mean, I'm not a woman, so I mean, all I hear about is how painful childbirth is. So if you can do that 14 times, power to you,
you're
Mrs.
one
Alexander.
strong ass female. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, I've seen that test where on the Impractical Jokers where Q was taking a pregnancy test. It was like a simulator, and he's like, "Oh my god, this is level 1." Like, fuck.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely glad I'm a male. I'm not gonna lie, cause that some of that stuff, bro, I couldn't imagine. Then they got the periods on top of that, so it's like, imagine you're at your 9th kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you ever feel like I'm tired? Like this shit hurt. Cause I know that shit
right
wears on your body, and then obviously you gain weight every single time you have a kid. So you packing on weight. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't get it, cause I ain't gonna have no kid no time soon. So
you think Phillip Rivers is just sitting on the sideline like Tom Brady was when it was 28-3, looking down like, all right, boys, Mama Rivers, I gotta pop another gunner out of there. But you
got the money for it.
That's the beauty of life, and life goes on, and unfortunately there were some things that happened. Kyron Lacey, for example.
Yeah.
I don't know what to make of that, because it's like, his life was cut short because of this, but also he did have a choice in a way. And I know this is going to sound awful, but I mean, when obviously, and I've heard reports that his weaving was causing that accident too, which I don't know. I mean, should he be out there living his NFL dreams right now? Yeah, sure. But at the end of the day, to say this report ruined his life, you could say that, but at the same time, there was you got to persevere through it, brother. And I mean, I don't know what you were going through. This is coming from a guy who doesn't really know. I've never been in a situation like that, so I know that's easier said than done. But also to that cop out there right now, brother, what were you doing? You're trying to get a guy in trouble because what was your motive? When you sign up to be a police officer, your intent and duty is to, serve and protect. Thank you. Yeah. And, I mean, what you do, this cop is the exact reason why there are people out there that want to, abolish police and get rid of cops. You are the type of officer that needs to turn in your badge, get the fuck on home, find another career, brother, because you ain't built for this, my guy. And you impacted a lot of people's lives in a fucking awful way, and I wish nothing but the worst for you.
Yeah,
fuck you.
I just want to say, man, prayers to his family, man, because imagine knowing your son going through the stuff that he went through, just to find out, you know what I'm saying, in the end. And obviously they probably believe their son, they're gonna believe their son over anybody, but just having a lawyer fight for you and clarify that he wasn't really involved, and like I said, they know more than anything about what he went through. So I think for them, I just want to give prayers to them, and
no doubt
just want to say sorry for a really messed up situation that happened to y'all. And it's crazy because you'll have situations like this, whether it's a false accusation or anything like that. As soon as it gets lit up in a newspaper or lit up somewhere, it really does tarnish how you look, or the perception of you, especially if you might be somebody that's kind of rowdy or kind of whatever the case may be, which he wasn't. I wasn't saying anything like that, but
no.
I just think, where we are today, the false, we need to get the facts straight first. Don't jump the gun so quickly and think that somebody is this way or somebody has done something when there's not even a report out. There's not really anything going on with the case. Like, the case was still ongoing.
Yep.
And it just sucks that literally after the fact that he killed himself, that they were able to get it done and figure out that everything was false that was being put out against him. So, it really sucks, but I just wanted to say that to his family because, man, I couldn't imagine losing a son like that.
No, especially over something that he most likely had nothing to do with. And again, there's still probably some stuff out there we don't know, but as of right now, it looks like he is innocent, and this really sucks for him. And, what blows my mind is how that footage didn't get out because that happened in December of last year, if I'm not mistaken.
It happened a while ago.
And how it comes out almost literally a year later. And, you see stuff on camera now. Like, if you don't see any footage of it, because I went to high school with a lot of people who like to talk drama still. I'm like, brother, that ain't my thing. So, like, if I didn't see it actually happen, I'm not going to believe some mumbo jumbo, like, there is some evidence that we did see a few days ago on a Ring camera of Mark Sanchez with a wound right here, and we're thinking, oh shit, what the fuck happened to him? Like,
what's going on?
Like, my brother, did you fumble your knife while you were trying to eat some steak and stabbed yourself or whatever? But
see, man, this is why you gotta know your alcohol limits, man. You really got to know them, bro, especially as a professional in what you do. And if you're not a Hall of Famer, Mark Sanchez. I'm just going to say that right now. You're not. Like, you didn't really do anything to make
He's an internet Hall of Famer, brother.
Yeah. Now you're an internet Hall of Famer. So, like, I just, you got to know your limits. And with his situation, it's like, he had a good job as a Fox analyst. Like, he was, like, you're in a position that people would kill to be in, and you have a reputation because you were in the NFL, and you lose that because you can't control how much you drink. And I don't know what he went through. He could have went through things to, have the problems that he may have, but at the same time, I feel like if you're in a position where, he was in, and you really got everything to lose, it's not something you should know how to not control. And, it's probably going to have jail time now.
He should. And, I think the only thing that truck driver did was not finish the job, in my opinion. Now, I know that's going to sound harsh, but...
Trying to get in his truck, though?
That's what I'm saying. Like
really?
Originally, Mark Sanchez went from, hey, pray for the guy, like, oh my gosh, this is so awful, he's such a good dude, to... oh, fuck, he kind of deserved that. Like, obviously, I don't wish any ill will on you or anything. Even though you were unbearable to listen to personally as a commentator, I didn't care for him. He called the Steelers-Seahawks game a few weeks ago, and I was like, fuck, can, like, somebody just axe this man right now? I'm so fucking sick of listening to this dude. Like,
he woke up on Sunday with, like, the worst case of Sunday scaries ever. He's like, wait, what happened?
Like,
what did I do?
I did that?
I've got stabbed 5 times and I have felonies out.
And he gave Indianapolis, like, a bad reputation, like there are some criminals out there. I went to Indianapolis last year. There is nothing to do there. What kind of all the criminals are in Chicago because there is some gang violence out there to do. There ain't no gang violence in Indianapolis. The best thing they have going right now is the Indiana Fever. And actually, I guess the Colts right now. Now that we're on that, holy shit, you might have been right about Daniel Jones.
Hey, all right, I know my takes ain't always going to be right. You feel me? But that's how a player play the game. You feel me? That's how a player play the game.
Shooters got to shoot, bro.
You got to make some takes. You got to not take it. You got to take it. You know what I'm saying? And I took a pick, and I said, systematically, if he goes to a different team and he feels different and it feels something relatable to him, which, if you look at what he did in college, I think he runs the exact formation. Or he ran, because he went to, what college did he go?
He went to Duke.
He went to
Duke, nobody.
And I think they ran, because their offense.
It was under Cutcliffe, who coached Eli Manning, which got him to the Giants.
Exactly. Their offense right now, they look like a playoff team. Like,
and
you know what I'm saying?
Say a Super Bowl not Super Bowl contender, but like a they can make a run right now.
And so it poses the question to me, like, is it really about these players or is it really about the franchise that they go to?
Yep.
Because we're seeing it time and time again. Players go different places. Even sometimes coaches go different places. And systematically, it's like, it's way better for them. So,
Yeah, I was going to say Kevin McConnell. He said that more franchises fail the quarterback than the quarterback fails the franchises, which he would know. I mean, he's one of the best to do it. But Shane Steichen has got to be like, oh, my God, thank you so much. Because he's saving his job right now for sure.
Yeah.
No doubt. And the general manager, too, Chris Ballard. Holy cow.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that dude's been a general manager for so long. He's built, all I heard about is he's a career winner, even though he's got a losing record and a terrible hairline. But, I mean...
Bro, that shit is crazy.
You've seen that, right?
I've seen that.
It's so bad. And then all he ever said was, we like our guys. And this year, you have every right to say we like our guys. I mean, the only thing that happened right now is Xavier Howard retiring mid-season. But that's what happens when you got to guard Puka Nacua for one game. I mean...
It was about time for him anyway.
It was.
It was definitely about time.
I mean, I'm surprised he was even back in the league. He is kind of a piece of shit from what I've heard. But, again, don't know enough evidence from whatever happened with his other baby mama or whatever, situationships they got. But that's neither here or there. But, I'm thinking about your Cowboys right now. They finally put up a good defensive game against the Jets, even though their offensive line, I think I could get by them. But,
as a Cowboys fan, like I said, we always have expectations. And there are some Cowboys fans that I will admit go extreme. They're like, oh, yeah, every time something happens, playoff. No, that's not the way to think, okay? First, what we need to start off with is consistency. That's what we need so far, is to be consistent every single game. Perform every single game like we do the last game and not make it a difference because of what team we play. I think with our offense right now, even though, right, our offensive line, they're shaky. Real shaky. Okay?
Hurt.
But Dak is doing what he can with what he has. And I'm not going to lie, Dak is doing his thing. At least in my opinion. He's been performing. I mean, and for a team like the Jets, you should do that to the Jets. Even with an offensive line that's not even, some players are not even present. And like I said, the Jets, man, Glenn Powell, I'm sorry, I don't know what needs to be done over there, but man, that's a real funk that's been there for a while, dude. And like I said, it could be another franchise thing. Like I said, maybe they need some new people in office. But back to the Cowboys, I think it really starts to me with our defense. Defense wins games. That is a saying, and it's real. If you have a defense that can hold a team to at least under 14 or 20 points, you'll most likely win games if you have an offense to build on that. And you see it time and time again, the problems with teams like the Bills, like the Ravens. Their defenses are not good, which keeps them not as good as they should be. And for the Cowboys, it's the same way. And so, yeah, I think that defense needs to tighten up. Travion Diggs, man.
Barbecue chicken, brother. I'm sorry.
Maybe, maybe it's too much for you, bro. But I think at this point in time, you really need to think if you love the game of football. Like, if you actually love the position you play, if you think you can be a good quality cornerback to this franchise, because at the end of the day, you have not been playing whatsoever. Like, at least you were hyped up to be. And I think he really has some thinking to do.
He's really running off that, what did you get, 11 picks that one year?
Yeah.
And y'all just paid the other corner, too, I think.
Deron Bland.
Yeah, I think he just got a contract, too.
But he's been out for a little bit.
He has.
Injuries, man.
Yeah.
I think, him not being out there kind of makes it... and I think he came back the last game or whatever it was. But, I mean, as bad as the defense has been for y'all this year, James Houston, he's had his moments this year. I think I've seen it. And, he had a really good year in Detroit, and I don't know what happened there. He's not there now. But
I will take.
But I think, I don't think nobody expected Dallas's offense to be as good as they are, especially without CeeDee Lamb right now.
Yeah.
It kills me to say it, but George Pickens has been playing great,
Great addition.
Great addition. And another guy who I didn't think would be much, Javonte Williams, has been playing out of his mind. And a guy who nobody even knew, Ryan Flournoy, coming off the practice squad. What do you have, like a $115 a few weeks ago or whatever it was? But I mean, and I didn't even get to watch the game against the Packers because I was in Ireland during that. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning when that game ended. And I'm glad I didn't stay up for a 40. That's another thing. Ties, that game is the one that should not have ended in a tie, brother.
Yeah. I thought, like, that's crazy to me. Like, you go from teams having to really battle it out, like, back in the old days to now it's like, all right, we'll just play this one quarter, and if y'all are still tied, we just leave it there. Like,
you can't have ties anymore.
It doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel like the old.
Either switch to the college system, or just have them go like, all right, we're just gonna do 2-point conversions. 2 point. Can't end in a tie, man. That messes everything up.
Well, and I think it's a good thing that game ended in a tie for this reason. Because that game needed a winner. Like, who won that trade? And I still think the Packers won that trade, even though they're kind of in a rough spot right now. But that's neither here or there. But the Cowboys, they're a playoff offense, in my opinion, not a playoff defense. A team that's not a playoff, in I think everybody's opinion right now. The Miami Dolphins, who watched Mike McDaniel recently walk to the locker. Yeah, I honestly think Tua is more of the problem than Mike McDaniel.
I think it's Tua too.
I mean, Tua turned the ball over, brother. Oh, my God. But, and I've never seen a player like Tyreek Hill so happy to break his leg. Like, hey, I don't have to play for this shit anymore.
I mean, but you, like, that team is kind of like, damned, because, like, they got multiple people injured. Like, half of their defense is injured. They have, like, little to no cornerbacks. Like, it's and it really, people are, like I said, going against, or like we were talking about, going against Mike McDaniel. And I'm like, you have to look at his situation. Who does he have at quarterback right now? Who does he have on defense? Like, you can't bash a guy because he's got injuries and a quarterback that should probably be a free agent right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's working with what he got, and there's no quarterback he can pick up right now that's at least going to be to the caliber of Tua in the free agency or anything like that. So, to me, to say we want Mike out is I don't think so. I don't think that's the right thing.
I mean, I don't know if he's a great leader of men specifically. I think when he gets fired, because he probably is going to get fired, he will be an offensive coordinator immediately somewhere. I don't know where, but
he's going to cook on Philly next year. Unfortunately,
you think he's going to go to Philadelphia? Oof,
that's my shot. We'll come back to this next year, but I think he's going to cook on Philly next year.
I mean, they're not going to have that Patula
as a coordinator. As a coordinator, he would
offensive coordinator. Yes.
He would definitely.
I mean, maybe Sirianni gets fired too. Who knows? But
I guess we'll see.
I mean, he's won a Super Bowl, so I highly doubt it. But we'll talk Phillies. That's going to be a conversation later in this show. He is going to go somewhere and do really good, though. I know that, and but a team that went from, we were just talking about a few weeks ago, they were a Super Bowl favorites, and now they're like back down to earth. The Green Bay Packers. Everyone was saying they might go undefeated after beating the Redskins, and now
Detroit, they
whooped their ass,
whipped through Detroit.
In
that game earlier this year, and I'm not gonna lie, I think they have the talent,
no doubt,
and they for sure have the coaching staff. I feel like I said, really nowadays it's and with them, I think they have a really good defense. Like their defense.
Besides
when they lost to the Browns, they only held them to like 10-14 points.
Jordan Love goofed that game so bad.
Yeah, and for them, it's kind of the opposite, like of Lamar and the Bills. They have a great defense, but their defense is better than their offense, and their offense too. You can say should be doing better than they are right now because
Right.
they have guys like Jordan Love, Josh Jacobs. You know what I'm saying? The who's the rookie?
Matthew Golden.
He's been doing pretty.
He has
good
been
too.
good.
So you have the talent. I just I wonder where the inconsistency is because it's somewhere.
It is, no doubt.
Especially with the offense. I feel like.
Don't you feel like? Do you guys feel like Jordan Love got like anointed too early?
Yes.
Like
A little too early.
Not
yes.
saying he's not great.
He is
probably
good.
top
'Cause
10,
he's
but they're,
definitely
like
gotten
MVP
better.
favorites. Not the favorite, but like top favorite coming into the year. I don't know. He
They're-
got anointed a little quick.
They said he was a Toyota-thon merchant or whatever.
Yeah, there
you
you
remember that line?
Yeah.
Which that was the internet thing, not us saying that for the record.
Great player. Great
Great.
player.
I mean,
Yeah.
when he's got a wide open receiver, forget it. Like, and but I mean, and to say like everyone thought like Micah Parsons didn't do anything in that game against Dallas, when in reality, I thought Dak Prescott and Brian Schottenheimer, who I did not think, I was like, how the fuck did this guy get a head coaching job? But him and his team had a really good plan against Green Bay.
Yeah,
they got the ball out quick because Micah Parsons, he was beating Tyler Guyton and who was it, Terrence Steele, that's
Yeah,
your other
yeah,
tackle.
I saw that.
He was beating them like a drum if you watch
was.
the tape. But Dak was just like, he was getting that
He
ball
knew how to
out.
get the ball out.
But when they were pressing George Pickens, that's how they were able to get those guys open. And I mean, Mike McCarthy, he did his thing over there, but I think they're a better team right now with Schottenheimer. Now, will they probably get another defensive coordinator? I would think so, because I don't think Eberflus is the answer. But or they call him Eberflus, but that is what that is. The Packers, though, we'll see how they do. I mean, they're on the verge of playing Joe Flacco again, who is now a Cincinnati Bengal. I mean, well, the Cincinnati Bengals, I tried to tell you guys, like, they're not a playoff football team. Even if Joe Burrow was playing right now, they would have the same record as they are.
But I think just to see like how bad they are without him just shows how valuable he is and how much it's not on him. You know what I'm saying? It just shows because to me, Joe Jamar is really all they have. And you wanted to pay a bunch of guys that to me haven't been performing like they should. And I mean, you have a defensive end that's gonna leave next year, most likely.
Maybe this year he gets traded, honestly.
Because there's no way he sees a future as a Bengal. And I mean, I wouldn't either right now.
No.
And y'all are looking like the new Browns organization. And that's not a label you want to have, especially 2025.
They're the bigger, shittier brother. That's the thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the
both in
Steelers-
Ohio.
Yeah. Yeah, Ohio, you're a shit state.
I don't know what it is, Ohio. Your teams can't get it fucking.
Well, and I'll say this right here, since you said Jamar Chase, everybody was say, who's the best receiver, Jamar Chase or Justin Jefferson? After watching Justin Jefferson play with Carson Wentz, and watching
Justin's got that.
Here's Jamar, Justin's levels above. It's not even close, and I'm done with that stupid debate. And this isn't to say Jamar Chase isn't a great receiver. He is a running back playing wide receiver. Like, once you get that ball in his hand, you're not catching him.
Yeah.
But Justin Jefferson, and man, I was watching him while I was in Ireland. I'm mad I didn't play. And it pissed me off because I'm like, we didn't try to take him away once. We're playing zone against this guy. Forget it. He's gonna catch. He had 10 catches. And actually, now that we're bringing up the Vikings, I meant to talk about this later, but since we're here right now, who do we think is their starting quarterback? Is it Carson Wentz or J.J. McCarthy? Everybody wants to know.
And this is something hard.
And they should have kept Sam Darnold.
Like, what has the QB conversation been like for the Vikings? Like, for years. Like, even when Adrian Peterson there and Percy Harvin was there, it was talks of never consistently having a quarterback that they could keep.
Yep.
And I don't know, man. The talks are, I mean, JJ's young, man. you have to give him time. There's no way you can't say that he's trash or he's not as good as he should be. I mean, I think he needs that time to develop and he needs that time to work. It's just building a team around him, building an offense towards him. And I think you should go with the younger guy. I mean, there's no way you take the older guy if you have a conversation. If you're having a conversation about it, right? The conversation, and you don't really know which one, right? You're going to take, in my opinion, if you're smart, the younger side to try to develop, right? And if he can't develop, if he can't do what he needs to do, then you're just going to have to go back on the cycle of get a draft pick or try to trade down or do whatever you can do. But to avoid at least injuries and to avoid anything that would happen with older quarterbacks or what we would see with quarterbacks that, might be injury prone, I think they should go with JJ. And I think giving him some time to really try to find that offense and not expecting too much of him. I think that's another thing the NFL does is expects way too much of QBs and, kids that are really just coming off college and trying to figure out this different system of playing with all these talented teams. So it's definitely a discussion, but I think, in my personal opinion, I go with JJ.
I'm with you. If you spend that high draft pick on him, and you let Sam Darnold walk out the door, you got to give him a year and some change, or you just look silly, And then it's just like, so we did all that. We spent that high pick and starting Carson, and then we're gonna start Carson Wentz now. Like I agree with you. I feel like you got to let him
give him some time. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Well, it looks like I'm the lone wolf right here because I have watched J.J. McCarthy. I think the guy fucking stinks, personally. I think he is so, congrats, you and your wife had a kid right before the Falcons game, and then you came out and had a stinker, and it looks like Father Time already hit you after 4 days of being a dad. So, but good for you, brother. Nothing impersonal against you, but I didn't really see anything out of you when you played for Michigan. I just saw a guy who was handing the ball off 24/7, not really making any tough throws.
Yeah.
And when you never had to play when your team was losing. I mean, the one time he did was against Bama, and I'll give him that.
Yeah.
He came back and won that game.
He did. He
but
did do his thing.
at the same time, I don't know. We were talking earlier, I thought Anthony, and I've been wrong on this, I thought Anthony Richardson should have been the starter for the Colts. Turns out I've been wrong, and Daniel Jones is the veteran. You got a veteran right now in Carson Wentz, who he's had his goofball moments, but, his highs in his career before this year were higher than Daniel Jones. There's no doubt about that. Yeah. He was an MVP candidate in 2017.
So let me ask you a question, though. Are you thinking Carson Wentz for the season, or are you thinking Carson Wentz for a couple of seasons? Because I'm thinking down the road. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it depends. I mean, if he plays really well, Kevin O'Connell has resurrected a lot of quarterbacks.
He's injury prone, though.
He is, but so is J.J. McCarthy. J.J. McCarthy missed the whole season last year, and he's hurt again. If I can't rely on you to show up for work in the real world, I can't keep employing you at the end of the day. Yeah. And that's, again, nothing against the kid, but that is just reality. Yeah. If he is going to want to be the starting quarterback of that team who came off a 14-3 season, and they handed Sam Darnold off, and you have Justin Jefferson. There's no excuses to be a bad quarterback. And he has been, other than that one quarter against the Bears, he has not been good.
Yeah.
And that is just a fact, not an opinion.
I mean, like I said, everybody has their different opinions. And I mean, I see what you mean. Like I said, I really think, first of all, it's about being healthy. Really, if you stay healthy the whole season and you can stay healthy and still play, you're most likely going to play, because between those two, the injuries, you never know. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So I see what you mean. And they have talent surrounding them. I mean, like you said, Justin Jefferson has been balling out, and he can get open. especially when you need them. You can count on them. So it's just about getting the ball there and consistently doing it against teams that, you know, might give you a challenge. And
Right.
I guess we'll just see how the Vikings play it out. But I got faith in you, JJ. Got faith in you. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta stay healthy. Let's stay healthy so we can develop. You know what I'm saying? I think too, that's another reason to me why he didn't develop as much, because he got hurt. You know what I'm saying? He didn't really get a chance to, you know what I'm saying, do anything yet. He didn't really get the chance to be in that environment. And, you know, any delay off any sport, I feel like if you have a delay, you're gonna have some rust. So I think it's just mainly about being healthy.
For sure.